I have a few options with this shelter. I can basically make a roof like that. I used this in a video a few episodes ago, but I can make a little roof like that, or I can flip it on itself underneath the ridgeline and have a more open shelter. And I think because there's no wind today, I'm going to have a more open shelter. I always have this option to make this little lip, this roof, like that, if I need to. But right now, I don't need it. So instead, this is going to go, there's my ridgeline. I'm actually going to tuck this roof with the cordage, because I'm going to tie it off, underneath the ridgeline, and then back over. And I'm going to tie it down over there. So, okay. There's a load of room under here. I've still got a bit of a roof, even if I lay back here, which I probably will do. But like I say, if I need that roof over the top, I just flip that over and then I've got a roof. So, next thing I need to do, I might get a fire going first, because I'm going to build a raised bed. But I think because of what I'm cooking, it needs a bit more cook time over the fire. I'm going to make my fire first. The ground is soaking wet today. Because it's absolutely soaking. We've had loads of rain recently, in between some cold spells. But I'm still going to clear it anyway. There's literally a dead ash tree right near the shelter, which is really convenient. I think the roots are still intact. Well, not intact, but in the ground. Oh no, there we go. Well, that's real handy. That is all my firewood for cooking, and it's only 4 feet away from my shelter. Another awesome resource right here next to my shelter is this. This is the honeysuckle vine. That's the root system. It is living. It looks dead, but it's living, and it grows all the way up. That big old hazel tree is what it's attached to, and it's living and growing through that, which is awesome. Very cool plant, the honeysuckle. One of the uses of the honeysuckle is the bark. It's got this really fibrous bark, and you peel it off in thin strips like this, and some of it, when it's really old, comes off really easily, and you get nice long ribbons. But this is a really good fire lighting resource, and I'm going to try and light the fire with this. Given that the resource is right in front of my face and right by my shelter, if we get enough of this, then we can turn it into a little tinder bundle, and it's soaking wet, but the inner fibres aren't. So if we can get to those inner fibres in there, it's actually dry. So I think we should be good to get a fire going. It's a really good one. Look at that twist on it. It's like rope. And sometimes it leaves a really cool pattern on some of the hazel trees. And years ago, and even to this day, they make walking sticks with those really nice knotted, twisted patterns. That's often made from the aftermath of the honeysuckle vine, when you see those old warped, twisted walking canes or walking sticks. It's often made from hazel trees that have had a honeysuckle vine wrapped around it for many years. Oh, there's loads here. I think we're going to be able to do this. Got my honeysuckle. I only need a small bundle. I'm just collecting a load of kindling. Place the twigs there ready, and I don't have to move them much. Hopefully this works. Here we go. I'm just going to try and light that honeysuckle. That fire is lit. Woohoo! Just going to keep it there because I know it's soaking wet and I really want to dry this wood out. I can hear it hissing already. Good. We have fire! Get some more wood on. Oh, that does feel nice. Fire's sorted, shelter's sorted, and now I'm going to make a raised bed. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months ago, in fact, probably this time last year, I did a camp out near the big ash tree root, and that was under a tarp as well, and I built a raised bed. I'm going to use the same materials because it saves me a hell of a lot of sawing time and a lot of boring shots for you guys of me just sawing wood. So I'm going to build my raised bed using those materials, and then I'm going to use the reindeer hide on top of that, and it should be pretty comfortable. I've done it before and I know it's fairly comfortable, so I'm going to let this fire build up. Let's go build the bed. Got my spit, then I've got two small fork-shaped, Y-shaped sticks, sorry. That's good. Just checking everything is level. So I've got me some partridge, two partridge actually, and my theory is I was going to try and spit roast them. I have never spit roasted or cooked partridge like this before, but I figure now is as good a time as any, so why not? So I got two because partridge is only pretty small. There we go. Two partridge in a pear tree. And a partridge on a roasted fire. So, ow, that's hot. Whenever I'm cooking meat over a fire like this, wherever the meat is sat, I always put my hand there to see if I can hold it, ow, for any longer than 5 seconds. I can't even do that. If I can hold it for longer than 5 seconds, then I personally either need to cook it for longer than normal, or I need to get the fire hotter. This is indirect cooking. It's low and slow. The flames are nice and low to the ground, which is perfect. There's some coals building up. This is actually really decent. It's pumping out some heat. This is all ash, this fire, so it's really good firewood. Although it's not throwing up loads of flame, it's exactly what I want. Loads and loads of heat there. Rotate it in the next 20 minutes, I'd say. I've never cooked it this way before, folks, so I don't really know how it's going to come out. What I do know is partridge is tasty. I don't tend to ever batten with an axe with the sheath on, because I find the axe sheath will hit the blade and then it will split all your stitching. Even with a welt in the middle, it does, I've found, split the stitching in the long run. However, I don't want to rip my tarp swinging my axe up, so I am going to just get the shortest stick. juices drip out. Oh, that looks good. Wow. That looks amazing. I'm going to give it another half an hour-ish. It's definitely cooked underneath there. But the breast is obviously thicker meat, so at home I'd probably only give these like half an hour in the oven or 40 minutes, and sadly they will probably dry out, but I'm hungry, so it doesn't matter too much. Actually, I need to get a kettle on as well. Dummy test, just to check there's no real pokey bits. There, we're good. Now, I've got this. Put my reindeer hide down. I've actually got this deer hide, which is, I don't know, a couple of millimeters thick. But it just gets rid of, well, I'm going to have my head up here, gets rid of the main pokey branches. And then I can have my reindeer hide on top of this. And it just smooths it out, because this is proper thick. There we go. Oh, that's really comfy. That is really comfy. That first deer hide makes a massive difference to just level out any bumps. That's nice. Lots of layers. I've got lots of layers in the bag. I've got lots of layers on. Like, I've proper layered up underneath this jumper. Shelter, fire, bed. Food's on the go. Now I just need a drink. A warm drink. I reckon Partridge has another 15 minutes, possibly 20, and I'm just making something, a little hanger to get my pot on the fire, because I'm really craving a warm drink. What's this little lock lid I like? Good thing is you can rotate the spit still and not affect the kettle. It just rolls underneath it. What I'm going to do is keep them on the spit. Ooh. That's hot. Let's get the kettle back on. There we go. Oh, that's needed. Bit of coffee. We're just letting the partridge cool down. I think it's definitely overcooked, but you know what? It's going to go down the same. It'll just be a little bit dry. It's very, very easy to overcook partridge, or any small bird like that. Quail, pigeon. You really don't need too long, but having had E. coli in the past, I'm a little bit wary with my food now and what I cook and how long I cook it for. On sunset in about half an hour, but I've got everything in camp ready, so I don't have to worry. Sometimes it's a bit of a rush waiting for, or not waiting for darkness, fighting the light and trying to get everything ready. So it's really refreshing to not have to be rushing around. Smell amazing. I haven't gone for any trimmings with this. I've gone for no sauce, no vegetables, just straight up meat. The skin looks lovely. It's definitely cooked. Wow, that's amazing. That is really good. A really smoky flavour, obviously being over the fire. I'm really surprised. It is a bit dry. I forgot. Ah, there's some shot there. Here you go. A pellet. You probably can't see that on this camera. Just there. A bit of lead from the shotgun that shot this. Forgot how good this bird is. Onto the little legs. Oh, bird number 2. This is a smaller bird. Might save some of this for a little snack later this evening. So sunset's getting dark. I'm not going to flap the roof over the shelter because I think what's going to happen is if I do it where I've got the fire in the middle, the smoke's blowing this way. I've done this before. The smoke goes underneath the tarp, gets trapped, circulates, and I just get a really bad headache because I'm just breathing smoke all the time. It's only because the wind's changed, so I'm going to leave it open, but I am going to bring the fire a bit closer. And in hindsight, what I should have done was put the fire slightly to one side because it's a triangle that comes out with the roof of the tarp, and that way the smoke wouldn't trap underneath it. Learning lessons every day. Every day's a school day. Let's just put this water out of the way. Just a little bit closer. There we go. Move some of these leaves out the way. Right, some split wood. Little hack. If you guys find your fire's going out, it's getting smoky, just build a little Jenga tower like this, and what it does is it sucks the air up and through the fire and it creates flame, and that flame then draws even more air through and you get your fire back. You can rescue it from being a very sad looking smoky fire to a very happy looking flamey fire. Right now I need flame. That should do it. Warms the cockles, as they say. Probably get demonetised for saying that. Just what I needed. In fact, I might even top that up with some more hot water. Yeah, sod it. Let's do it. Got my backpack as a pillow. Oh, this hide is so comfy. Do you know, I've nailed it with my backpack pillow. Just spread out any remaining items that I've had to the sides of my head, and then it just cushions it. Right folks, I'm going to call it a night. I'll see you in the morning. That's smoked out. Alright, I think that's it for the fire. I don't need any more. Bacon sandwich. Oh, that's a big sandwich. Can't beat a good bacon sandwich and a coffee in the morning. Oh, my nose. Streaming. I always get this when I've been around fire for a long time. My nose gets really stuffy. And my sinuses just get really blocked. Just so comfy though. I was really impressed with this. Better than I thought it would be. Maybe it's because I've got 2 young kids at home that keep me up at night, and I'm up in the night a lot anyway. I actually slept pretty much the same as I do at home at the moment pardon me, sleeping on that. The tarp was fine. There was no rain whatsoever last night, which was nice. Everything's still wet, but the tarp's dry. Nice to be this high off the ground. I did get the flap out and put the stick out halfway through the night to try and trap some of the fire, the heat back under here, and it didn't smoke out, which is good. If the wind changed coming into my face, it would have smoked me out. But oh, it is comfy. I've got so many layers I can barely move. Really toasty warm. You can see my jacket's all puffed up with my body heat. Anyway, that was a really nice bacon sarnie. Just having some coffee. You know, I'll pack this up. I might leave the raised bed here actually, and do and maybe build a bushcraft shelter around this, and try and stay in an all-natural bushcraft shelter. Make the most of the kind of bed. I think that's what I'll do. Folks, that's me done. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I'm gonna head on out of here, leave my bed. Fire's out, but I'm gonna leave my spit and rotisserie thing up, because if I come back for another overnight, I've got it all here. So I'm gonna carry my now dirty frying pan. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, and I'll link in the description below to similar videos to this. Yeah, take care guys, and I'll see you soon.